Talking all things Texas Longhorns. Hook'ems 1-0, heading to the Big House to take on the Michigan Wolverines, the defending national champions. Kyle Umlang, who is a best-selling author, by the way, in case you did not know, the Aggie Fact Almanac. You may see him on social media at Kyle Umlang giving you Aggie Fact Thursdays, Aggie Fact Tuesdays. I think every day is an Aggie Fact day for Kyle Umlang.
Every day is open.
Every day's open. Kyle, I appreciate you taking the time, man. It's a pleasure to have you on. After following you for so long, I'm so happy we get to do this.
Awesome. Yeah, I'm glad to be here.
Yeah. So let's talk game one, man, the Colorado State game. 52-0, Texas wins. What'd you see in that game? What impressed you? There was a lot of chatter, I know, especially from our guys, that maybe the secondary would get tested. You know, we do obviously the daily show with the Texas Sports Unfiltered guys. They thought the secondary might get tested, and it appears, at least on paper, Texas passed every test.
Yeah, I could not have been happier with the way the game went. It was a rough start. The first initial drive was only 5 plays. It got messed up by like a penalty, so we had to go 3rd and long. Missed a wide open pass, so I was like, uh-oh. But then the very next drive, score a touchdown, no big deal. So what I like to see is that the culture here has definitely changed, because under Tom Herman or Strong or even Sark's first season, that first drive not going our way really would have affected the players the entire game. You know, we could have got into like a slugfest with them, you know, like 14-20 at halftime. You know, it could have been bad, but I think the culture has changed so much that they were able to just focus and just retry very next drive, which I was very happy to see that. And, you know, and even Arch came in in the second half, and I still remember Sark, like, he missed an incomplete pass, or he threw an incomplete pass, and Sark was just chewing him out on the sideline. I was like, see, that's the stuff I loved about Saban, and I like that energy that he's bringing to the team.
So you mentioned Arch, the quarterback position specifically. What's the confidence level with Quinn Ewers going into not just this game against Michigan, but the thought that he can lead Texas to a national championship?
He's the guy unless he gets hurt. Every year he gets hurt. I just hope it doesn't happen this year. 2022 and 23 were both by Bama, week 2. So
thankfully not on the schedule. But now there's the Georgia Bulldogs to deal with.
Actually, no, it wasn't. It was Houston last year. Somehow Houston got him hurt, but Arch is he's more than qualified to take over. Hopefully it doesn't come to that, but yeah, Quinn's the guy. He's just doing this is his money season. He's just trying to make bank. So I know he wants to do well. So he's going to be playing his best. So I saw your video, I think it was today or the other day, how they're going to take Michigan to the
I said they were going to bully Michigan. A lot of Michigan fans were in my mentions very upset.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I've got, you know, we'll move into that game, Kyle. Again, obviously Texas take care of business, 52-0. Here comes the real test. This is obviously not the Michigan team from last year, and maybe you could argue that the college football gods, they may have their way with Michigan this year to pay their debts of what Connor Stallions did. But again, you look at this, man, logo game. I mean, this is anybody that loves college football. I mean, again, you're going to be there in the Big House.
Yes.
It's one of the most historic venues in college football. What excites you about this matchup specifically, just based off of what you know about Michigan?
Just, I know they finally came back. So it really gave me faith that Texas can be back. You know, that Michigan was down for a long time. I think from 97. I don't know when their last natty was before last year, but it was a long time. And they were one of those teams along there with like Nebraska, Texas, who people are saying, oh, they fell off. They're never going to be good again. So now that they're good again, it gets me excited for Texas. Like you said, it's the logo game. Everyone knows the Michigan logo. Everyone knows the Texas logo. It's going to do numbers. I'm hoping for just a slaughter. So hopefully people start like turning it off in the second half. I want Arch. I already made a prediction that Arch would be playing in the third quarter, like mop up duty. So hope I'm right. And I also said I would eat Wolverine shit if we didn't score 10 points because some guy
not another poop bet, man. Come on.
So it was the worst take I've ever seen on this app, and I've seen a lot of bad takes. He said Texas would not score more than 10 points.
I did see that guy. I actually,
Insane.
yeah, that video. I did see that guy. I almost replied, but I refrained just because sometimes I just don't want to get in the weeds. We got too much going on. I don't want to get in the weeds or anything. But yeah, that was crazy to me. That was crazy. You know, I mean, it's funny. You have those kind of takes, and then Kyle, I picked Texas to win this game 24-14, and then I picked Texas to win, and I was getting blasted by Texas fans that they're going to score more than that. They haven't that would be their lowest point total. I'm like, sometimes you can't win, Kyle. Sometimes you just have to you just got to ignore the comments and keep it moving. So
I know sometimes I'm like, oh, this is a banger, and I do it, and 5 people like it. I'm like, damn it. And then I'll make a pun about like a cat, and that gets like 2,000 likes. I'm like, Twitter, you suck. I don't know what you're doing.
Twitter is a fun place. What Kyle, what about this Texas team concerns you a little bit? Or maybe you're like intrigued to see how it plays out?
Defensive line and secondary, just because, you know, we lost the best talent we've ever had to the NFL. So, and they weren't really tested against Colorado State. So I'm a little worried about that. Secondary played really well. I think there was at least an interception that was badass in the back of the end zone. Yeah, I'm not worried about offense, not worried about rushing, even though we've lost our 2 starting rushers. I'm not worried about that. We got plenty of talent behind the running back room. Wide receivers, we have like 6 deep that could all start on really any college team. And then we have elite quarterback followed by a great backup. So who's supposed to be elite also. So offense, no worries. It's basically just defense.
What are you most excited to see, Kyle, in regards to the Big House? I mean, again, like you said, this is a college football bucket list, man. This is one of the most historic venues.
Yeah, I've been wanting to go to this for years. This and Death Valley. I was supposed to go to Death Valley in 2019 or 2020, but that game got canceled because of COVID. So, and now my brother moved away from Baton Rouge. So if it's ever played there, I'll have to like spend $800 on a hotel or something instead of bunking with my brother for free. So that stinks. But yeah, this is going to be a great game for the Longhorns. I really just want to see. I've never seen that many fans at once, so I hope it's packed. I mean, it's going to be packed. I hope it's packed. I hope there's not that many Longhorns there, just because I want to just have it be quiet when we do something great. I just want to feel that that momentum just being sucked out of the stadium.
Do you expect Texas fans to travel well?
Oh yeah, they always do.
Yeah. Okay. Kyle, I'm going to switch gears a little bit. So I'll be making my first trip to Austin later this season. What's something I need to know going into my first ever Texas game?
So on the border of the 40 acres on Dean Keaton, if depending on when the game is, if you get there like 2 to 3 hours before the game, there is like meter parking up Dean Keaton and no one parks there. The last 2 games I went to, like the game was at noon. I showed up at 9 and parked right there on Dean Keaton, like a block from like the tailgating stuff. So if you're looking for parking, sneak up Dean Keaton and see what you can find.
Everybody tuned in. Just that was free game for everybody. Every Texas fan that's tuned in this is like, wait, what? What are you talking about? What are you talking about?
Yeah.
Dude, having the parking hookup on a game day is always clutch. Always.
Well, yeah, because like Ann Arbor, I'm like, I don't know what the hell I'm doing, and it's gonna be game day there and big noon kickoff. There's gonna be 0 parking for like miles, so it's gonna be interesting. I'll pull up into some guy's front yard or something, pay him $20 and just park there.
Kyle, obviously in a couple of weeks, Texas will make their official debut in SEC play, but
yeah,
your just overall thoughts on what it's meant for Texas to join the conference, the excitement level, your excitement level, any fan bases you've had, any surprise? Like, obviously, again, you're very, very active on Twitter. You're very noteworthy on Twitter. Any have there been any fan bases that have – I think I saw you get into it with Mississippi State fans at one point. Like, has there been – which fan bases have given you the most hell, I guess is what I'm trying to say.
Really, I've only interacted negatively with Tennessee and Mississippi State.
That doesn't surprise me.
And Tennessee was only because they literally just won the baseball World Series. That's it. If that didn't happen, I really wouldn't know what they're talking about. You know, Mississippi State won a couple years ago.
Mississippi State's kind of random. That's a random fan
It was
base.
like their only natty they have, I think, as a team.
Actually, I think I know. I saw why you got into a tussle with him. It was over the logo.
Oh yeah. Okay.
It was the logo.
Yeah. I posted which SEC logo is like the ugliest. And I didn't say which athletic logo. I didn't say which football logo. Which logo. And this guy was just angry, freaking out because I didn't use the script.
Yeah.
The script logo. So yeah. That was a lot of fun.
Got to use the script logo, man. Yeah, that's.
Well, I told him now I'm definitely never going to use it. Just because he did all that.
The block, yeah, just refuse to use the script logo. I want to ask you about the Aggie fact stuff, Kyle, but let's talk about Oklahoma fans first. Maybe some of your other favorite people. Give me some. So, all right, I'll tell you this. Like, for example, on the tour this year, I didn't really want to do a neutral site game. Charlotte, where we'll be this weekend, just worked out to be convenient. Mm-hmm. There's a chance I may end up at the world's largest outdoor cocktail party in Jacksonville. That's one that's kind of iconic. Sweet. But I'm not a huge neutral site guy. But I've heard Red River is unlike anything.
It is not. It is not a neutral site. I mean, it is, but it's not the atmosphere because it's 100,000 stands for both sides are in the fairgrounds. Half are going to the game and half are outside of the stadium just yelling and drinking. It's nuts. It's not like watching A&M in Arkansas at Jerry World. It's not like that. It's like a college stadium. It's a college environment. It's a bucket list. You definitely have to. I've been to probably 4 or 5 in my life. It is every single time, no matter if Texas is 2 and 3 entering the game, it is an awesome experience. And they have a chance every time.
So who's? I mean, we know about the hatred, the rivalry with Red River, obviously. Yeah. But you've obviously wrote the Aggie Fact Almanac. So who's number 1 on your hate list?
I guess Aggies. I don't technically hate them. They're just the most annoying on Twitter. So like when I first started on Twitter, like in 2019, I was just posting like all Texas stuff. I was like new to Twitter. I didn't really know what I was doing. I was just posting Texas stats, and every single stat I posted, a bunch of Aggie people would be just like harassing me. I'm like, so then I started replying to them, quote tweeting them, and that's how Aggie Fact Thursday was born. And then you would think they would stop, but they just doubled down. And so I just turned into a book, and now I'm making money off of them. So,
what inspired that?
Me just minding my business.
Yeah, I was gonna say, what inspired the book part of it? The book part.
It's because so I've posted multiple every Thursday for 4 or so years. You wouldn't believe the amount of people that DM me just randomly throughout the year. Hey, what was that one? What was that basketball Aggie fact you had? It was involving this guy and like this guy, and I would like find it and send it to them. Another person, hey, what was the one about college game day? And I would find it and send it to them. And I just got sick of sending them to people when they requested them. I was like, I'll just put them all in a collection, and you can just look at them yourself. And
that's incredible, man.
And then I colored the book is maroon, and it's called Aggie Facts. And you wouldn't believe I posted a really hilarious review I got on my book on Amazon because some lady bought it for her boyfriend, and he was an Aggie, and he was really mad at her and like wouldn't accept it, and she was mad at me, and I'm like, sorry, you should have read the synopsis.
Read the fine print. Yeah, read the fine print. Yeah, that's a book I've got to get. We've got to have that for the studio. That's got to be in here somewhere, just as like a keepsake.
Send me your address, and I'll send you one.
We'll do it, dude. Yeah, for sure. All right, what's your favorite Aggie fact? Is there one Aggie fact you like?
There's one that makes me laugh every single time. It is Texas A&M has more yell leaders than they have SEC championships, Big 12 championships, and national championships. They have 5 yell leaders. More than all their championships combined all time.
Oh my goodness.
How sad.
Oh my gosh. That is a hell of an Aggie fact. That is wild.
And then I've got one coming tomorrow that I'll just spit out now so it'll go the same time. In the last 48 years, the number of Texas A&M weeks ranked in the top 3, 5. Texas weeks in the top 3 just in the last year, 6. So they're gonna love that one tomorrow.
So, Kyle, how excited are you? Because since 2019, you said the Aggie Fact Thursday, Aggie Facts in general you've been pumping them out, dude. How excited are you to have Texas A&M back on the football field?
It's gonna be incredible. People who didn't grow up in Texas don't really understand like what it means, because it doesn't matter if A&M is 1-8. If they beat Texas, then that's their best season since the last season they beat Texas. It means a lot, and luckily for Texas, it doesn't happen that often. And I still remember this. The last time we played, 2011, me, my Longhorn brother, my Aggie brother, my Aggie dad were all on the couch at my folks' house just watching it. And it was coming down to the last field goal, and all four of us were just kind of quiet because someone's about to be upset. And then we made it, and me and my Longhorn brother were like high-fiving, and then my Aggie brother, he turned off the TV, threw the remote, and ran upstairs and slammed his door, and like pictures were falling off the wall down the stairs. And like that was the ending of the rivalry. So I'm very excited for it to come back, because it's always a good game.
A hell of a rivalry indeed. And we went too long without it. I'm glad we got it back.
Yep.
Kyle, this has been incredible, man. Thank you so much for your time. Let folks know, by the way, again, we got tons of Texas folks tuning and watching this. Let folks know, in case they don't know already, where they can get the Aggie Fact Almanac app.
It is, if you're in Austin, it's at the Co-op. And I'm trying to get to Sue Patrick. I have my other 3 volumes there, as well as the Co-op. So I'm trying to get it there. And you can get it on Amazon. Or if you want a signed copy sent directly to you from me, just DM me and I'll hook you up.
Beautiful. Kyle Umlang, best-selling author, the Aggie Fact Almanac, and a well-known Texas personality in the Twitter streets. So, Kyle, I appreciate it, man. Hey, safe travels to the Big House this weekend. Here's the hope in Texas comes home with that dub. And again, man, I appreciate you taking the time. Let's definitely do it again soon for sure.
Yes, for sure. See you, man. Thanks for having me.